Dziś w Ministerstwie Rolnictwa i Rozwoju Wsi odbyło się spotkanie z dziennikarzami ze Stanów Zjednoczonych i Kanady, piszącymi i działającymi w branży rolnej. Mieliśmy szansę i możliwość przedstawiania możliwości eksportowych polskiego rynku rolno-spożywczego.
Is this your first time in Poland?
It is my first time in Poland. I've been to Eastern Europe a few times, but never this far up north. So it's very disrupting to not be able to read the signs. As I landed, in my mind, the city is way more modern than what I was expecting. The buildings and the knowledge of knowing where you're going or understanding is very complicated, which is fun. It makes traveling interesting.
What is the thing that surprised you the most?
You know, anytime I think a North American comes to Europe, they're, a little bit out of their element. Things feel a little more refined. It's an interesting city. So for me, just knowing what I know about a background of history and, coming from a place where there's not a huge amount of that history, to come here and just see all these sites and see how people today live compared to the very much troubled past, I guess, that Poland has had. It's just, it's a lot different, I think, from where I live.
I have one last question. Earlier today, you had the opportunity to interview the chef of the Sheraton Hotel and also a lady which is very knowledgeable when it comes to the quality of meat in Poland. So have you gained any additional insight from those interviews?
What we see is now, it's a small, small world. Disney was so right.
And I know you'll be touring the country a little bit in the coming days. So what do you think of, what are you planning to find out? What do you think you might find out during those travels and talking to the farmers and talking to the meat packing industry?
Probably a lot of the same kind of information I was asking about this morning, just from different perspectives. So, definitely on the processing side, that'll be interesting to see again because of Canadian processing versus Polish processing, and how are we similar, how are we different, things like that. And I guess just general information about meat production in general in Poland and in Europe, and to find out, I guess, to what extent the supply chain is operational under COVID-19. So, like anywhere in the world in any sector, it's been a threat, I think, to supply chains. And, in Canada, we've had some issues related to that, and I'm kind of curious to know more, especially on the processing side, about what the issues have been in Poland.